what's going on here with all of these wires. Is this even plugged in? It is plugged in. Okay, let's see. These fucking wires. None of them are working. Even the new ones aren't working. That can't be right. It's all right. I don't need them right now. It's freezing in here. I cannot believe how cold it is out. What the hell is this? I can't believe how cold it is out. I mean, it's crazy. Anyway, first person here is Anthony. What does the Cancer want to say to me? She may tell you that she's either really enjoying her job or she's looking forward to a new opportunity that's coming in around business. She may be starting a new journey. She's listening to her intuition. She also could tell you that life is starting to come back into balance. She's no longer holding herself back as far as work and school are concerned. It looks like she has a wish around work. She could get promoted at work, or something nice could happen around her job that she might be telling you about. She seems to be pretty excited around her career. Beautiful one, General. Listen to your intuition. Life seems to come back into balance. You may be moving forward towards greener pastures and feeling a little bit more ambitious around a side business, a side hobby, or a side hustle. Being prepared for things to move forward. A disappointment moves into the past and money comes in. It also looks like you might be planning travel. Perseverance pays off on whatever it is that you've been working on. You could have opportunity to travel here, and you probably are going to take it with the Hangman in reverse. Things can move forward pretty quickly. Charlie, general in love for the month of February. Well, you have a wish around a soulmate connection moving forward. If you're already with this person, things look good. If you're not with anybody right now, you've got the Magician, the ability to manifest new opportunities. You've got a Scorpio and a Gemini around. If you're with someone, growth, change, and transformation comes in and around your current relationship. Communication seems to pick up, and the relationship seems to strengthen. Regardless of where you are in your love life, you should be feeling like you've made it to the top of the mountain, and you can breathe a sigh of relief. Things look pretty good, February. A. Hamilton, general for February. Maybe feeling better compensated and better respected around work, school, or business, no longer feeling burdened or weighed down. You may reconnect with an old friend from the past, or you could hear from someone you haven't seen or spoken to in quite some time. It also looks like the hard work that you put into work, school, or business pays off and comes back to you. Feeling as if you've made it to the top of the mountain, you could breathe a sigh of relief. Success comes in around work, school, or business. Take time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. It will serve you well. Sepia, general. Stepping into your own strength and your own self-confidence, especially around work, school, or business, pays off. The hard work that you put in comes back to you, feeling better compensated, better respected, more money is coming in. Stepping into your own strength helps to push your career forward. It also looks like you're feeling a little bit more ambitious, and you could be working on a creative project of some type. You also could have a side hustle that brings in extra money. That's not bad. That's pretty good. Miss J, me and F between now and the end of March. He's got on my nerves last night. between now and the end of March. Well, I still think that things are going to move forward. Cause for celebration comes in, perseverance pays off, romance moves forward. Ooh, excuse me. It looks like he maybe got on your nerves for the moment. I think it's going to move into the past and the relationship moves forward between now and the end of March. He's still around the picture. Sepia love. Success comes in around love. Got the Magician, the ability to manifest new opportunities. Success comes in. A disappointment moves into the past. Empress, love, money, abundance, fertility comes in. Be careful with that card if you don't want children right now. You've got a new journey on the horizon. And it could be with an earth sign, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. But you also have a Libra here. And a Sagittarius. You have a wish around love. Put it out into the universe. Letting go of old wounds, old hurts are moving into the past, and your love life is moving forward. Sometime probably this spring. Davy, general for next week. Got a new journey on the horizon, and that could be work-related. Things can move forward pretty quickly, and you may be eager for that to happen. You got some money coming in. You also have an Aries around next week. No longer feeling stuck or stagnant, but feeling like life is starting to move forward. You're no longer holding yourself back. You're being guided by the divine. Sepia, career. You could have new opportunities that come in because you've got choices. Listen to your intuition. You might be working on a creative project, but that might not have anything to do with career. That could be something separate. It looks like you have a new venture on the horizon. Be prepared. Stepping into your own ambition, your own self-confidence is pushing your career forward. But you should have choices. If you're currently looking for a new job, you could have a choice between a couple of new ones. Negativity around your current career is moving into the past. Davy, general for, oh no, I did that one. Queen, how is RS feeling about me walking away? He doesn't really feel like you've walked away. I mean, if you told him you're walking away, but this is like the 30th time that you've been down this road with him, he's not believing it just yet. Time will teach him. But right now, he feels like you guys have been through this before. He doesn't feel like you've really gone. He feels like this is part of this has happened before. That's how he feels. And if it's happened before, he feels like it's not really over. I don't know what happened between you this time, but he feels like you guys have been here before. And you'll probably be here again at another point. That's the way he's feeling right now. Georgia, general for the next couple of days. Life comes back into balance. The hard work that you put into whatever you've been working on, your perseverance pays off, and you should feel like you're being either, over the next few days, better compensated or treated better at work, better respected, better compensated, but also your personal relationships will be functioning better. Feeling successful, cause for celebration comes in when you listen to your intuition. With the Five of Pentacles in reverse, could be paying off a bill of debt or a loan or putting money aside for something. Lita. I don't see it yet. Let me do Mario for the next 14 days. You could be spending time with the water sign. There you go. Romance could heat up. Things could change for the better quickly, and your perseverance pays off. Life comes back into balance. You may feel better respected, better compensated around work, school, or business. You also may be feeling more successful just with life in general. There's Pisces. Pisces is around. A new beginning can start. You got a new journey on the horizon and feeling as if you've made it to the top of the mountain. You can breathe a sigh of relief. The hard work you put into your career is coming back to you. Somebody could make you an offer that would be hard to turn down. Money comes in. Lita, how does Pisces girl feel about me, and how would she react if I texted her? I haven't talked to her in a while. She thinks that you're strong, smart and intelligent, kind and caring. I think if you reach out to her, you guys will probably have a pleasant conversation. She seems to be pretty receptive. Negativity has moved into the past. She thinks that you're patient, kind-hearted, and sincere, and there is communication that's possible here. So you could make that happen. Lady, how will my new job interview go? How will my job interview go next week? It should go well. You could have a new beginning on the horizon, and you could feel relief around it. You could start a new journey. It should go really well. Davy, love. Listen to your intuition when you're dealing with love. Or matters of the heart. It looks like you have new energy coming in. You could be starting a new journey and a new beginning. Success comes in when you explore your options. You have a Virgo here, a Leo, and an Aries. You also may be moving forward towards greater pastures. But if you have options around, I would explore them. See, stepping into your own ambition, and you're prepared. You may be willing to explore your options. Cause for celebration comes in when you broaden your horizons. Not bad. Kira, general. Could be paying off a bill, a debt, or a loan, or be putting money aside for something. A wish comes true, put it out into the universe, and you may feel like you've made it to the top of the mountain. You can breathe a sigh of relief. It looks like romance may be heating up. You're no longer holding yourself back. Feeling a little bit more financially stable. Out of the clear blue sky. Could hear from somebody that you haven't heard from in a while, or you could get news you've been waiting on. Maybe spending time with an earth sign coming up, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. You also have a Cancer here. Listen to your intuition. Kevin, my cards say my ex comes back in Aquarius, but now I'm not so sure. Okay, let's see. Does the ex come back during Aquarius season? Well, I get a 70% chance, yes, she does come back. It's slow and steady wins the race. You know, the timing, I just think is a bitch in general. But for some people, things just happen quick. For some people, things happen fast. For some people, I've always been one of those people where it takes forever to see things happen. So I was talking to a friend of mine today that it was a brief conversation, but we were talking about timing, and she said that she's like, my timing sucks. Like when she does a reading for not just for me, but for anyone, she's always reluctant to put in timing because she feels like her timing isn't good. But I feel like nobody's timing is good, because I feel like it's like it's individual. Sometimes the time gets pushed back, especially if you're like, if there's a lot of resistance around the situation. Like they say, a watch pot never boils. The phone never rings when you're holding it, but when you put it down and you go take a shower, that's when the phone call comes in. So there's a lot that kind of goes into the timing, and it can be really frustrating, really frustrating. So I totally understand how you feel. But sometimes the best thing to do is to just kind of detach from everything and like walk away for a while, get busy doing other things, and take your mind off of it. Especially if you're feeling stuck. Kira, next week. Cause for celebration comes in when a new journey begins. Maybe feeling better compensated and better respected around work, school, or business. Could make a decision to walk away from something or someone that you feel no longer serves you. Anxiety moves into the past when you listen to your intuition. Looks like you could get a new job or business opportunity, and you may be feeling successful and ambitious about that. Money comes in. Being guided by the divine. Got ambition here, but this I think is around work. And the hard work that you put into your career comes back to you. Life changes for the better quickly next week. It's like a pretty good week. Lady. Will I get into the nursing program that I called Mr. Mike Green about? I think you will, yes. 3 aces, yes, you should get it without a problem. Tarot girl, CH's next action towards me. Communication comes in, probably some kind of a message, a text message or a direct message, and it should be relatively soon. Quick communication comes in. Lady, for Yolanda Davis in the chat. Thank you, thank you. Yolanda, if you can send the question with a purple heart. You know, I never really got into numerology, and you want to know why? Because I get very upset with it. Like, I feel like, am I supposed to use my whole name, including my middle name? Am I supposed to use my full name? Could I just go by Danny? One has to be right, one has to be wrong. I would imagine that I would have to use my whole full name, but I don't know. So I kind of got flustered by it. And I also get a little bit flustered that different people say different things about numbers. Like, I've read that the number 7 is a beneficial number, but then I've also heard that it's a hard number. I've heard that the number 8 is infinity, and that's a good number, but then I've also heard that it's a difficult number. So it just gets me very flustered. So no, I don't do it. Elizabeth, what are Andy the Aquarius's intentions and feelings? Well, he's not holding himself back. Here's the Aquarius, and it looks like you guys could make it to the top of the mountain. And you could breathe a sigh of relief when communication picks up. That's where his intentions are right now. If this is a romantic interest, it's mutual. But you might just have to give it time because he's kind of slow and steady wins the race. He's a little bit all over the place or scattered right now. But his intentions are for things to move forward, or at least to reach out, explain himself, and then possibly get together very soon. Because you got a new journey here on the horizon with him. Lita, when will they call me back for my 3rd interview? I would say within the week. You should hear from them within the week. Rimmel, General. Take time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. A little self-care will kind of go a long way for you. Listen to your intuition. Your intuition is strong and strengthening. You have a fire sign that comes in that could be of significance, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. No longer feeling stuck or stagnant. Feeling as if life is moving forward. An old wound starts to heal and move into the past. Somebody could make you an offer that would be hard to turn down. And feeling as if you've made it to the top of the mountain, you can breathe a sigh of relief when a wish comes true. You have an Aquarius entering. Tarot, what's coming in for me in love? You could have a fire sign coming in, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. This person is not holding themselves back. They may be very ambitious, and they may be looking for things to move forward towards greener pastures pretty quickly. It would be a romantic interest from the other person's part, but it would be up to you whether or not you want things to move forward. You're not holding yourself back, so you could be exploring options. You also have an air sign here, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Next relationship you enter should be very well balanced. You'll get out of it what you put into it. If you're not with anyone right now, cause for celebration comes in. A new journey begins sometime this spring, like I would say early spring. Things move forward for you. And it's very well functioning. Not bad at all. Pretty good. Kevin, I do walk away. I don't call her. I don't text her. I don't write. I don't do anything. No, but it's the energy. You know what I'm saying? Like the energy around the situation. So how much thinking about her are you doing? How much like investigating are you doing on her? You know, like looking at, I don't know, pictures or any of that energy. Just thinking alone, just wanting to reconnect, that energy kind of goes out into the universe and it kind of builds resistance. I know it's like, you know, it's like if you've ever been in a situation where you used to like somebody, right? Like this is like, it reminds me of high school. If you were in high school and you were interested in somebody, that person paid you absolutely no attention at all. And you just wanted to date that person. And then time goes by and all of a sudden somebody else catches your eye and now you're, you know, maybe seeing somebody else or you're elsewhere. Mentally your focus is elsewhere. That first person usually shows up because the energy around the situation has been broken. And now that person notices you. It's a really frustrating way that things kind of work. But it's always like that. Like people want what they can't have. And sometimes like want what you can't have until you have it. And then when you get it, you don't want it anymore. But then when it's gone, you want it back. And it's the same thing with this. So even if you're not calling her or you're not texting her, she could feel it. I'm not saying that she definitely does, but if you're feeling like it's not moving forward or you're waiting and you're waiting, that kind of energy tends to build resistance. So I would try to disconnect mentally from the situation just for yourself. It's frustrating. Trust me, I totally get it. And I've been there myself, like waiting for something to happen or waiting for something to change, but the waiting part keeps you waiting. And it's really annoying. 70% chance she comes back during Aquarius. I want to tell you whether she does or not, but I don't want anyone else to hear. You could always email it to me. You can always email it to me. Red. The Taurus ending it with J or is just being manipulative? Okay. Is the Taurus really ending things with J? Is this person just being manipulative? No, I think they're ending things with J. I don't think that they're thrilled with that situation, and I think they are putting an end to it. Red, what does Tarot want me to know about what's coming? It looks like slow and steady wins the race, but you'll make it to the top of the mountain where you can breathe a sigh of relief when you listen to your intuition. Stepping into your own strength puts you over the hump. Three of Pentacles, you could be making good business contacts or business partners or acquaintances or whatever it is, it's positive. You have an Aries that's coming in. Cause for celebration comes in around finances and business. Anxiety moves into the past and a new business opportunity can come in that will be very successful. Looks like things are improving overall. Things look pretty good. Yolanda, love life for the future. Okay, if you're not with anyone right now, you have a new beginning starting, and it could be with an earth sign, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. You may be feeling undecided about this person when you first meet them. You don't have to make any decisions, but it does look like if you give them a chance, the relationship could be quite successful. Cause for celebration comes in. You also have an Aries that comes in. Now, if you're already with someone, if you're feeling undecided about something around your current relationship, give it time, because things could just kind of move forward organically without you having to do much or make any decisions until you're ready. regardless of where you are in your love life, romance is heating up and you're moving on to greener pastures. No longer holding yourself back. If you're looking for a committed relationship, you can find yourself in one sometime this spring. A new journey begins. You might make a decision to walk away from people, places, and things that no longer serve you, and your love life moves forward. You don't have to leave a current partner if you are with someone. This could just be walking away from people, places, and things. Doesn't have to be related to the love life. This just may be, you know what, I'm not dealing with anybody's bullshit anymore. I'm focusing on myself, and that could be when your love life starts to move forward. It looks pretty good. Tarot, what will CH communicate? I don't know exactly what they're going to say. I can't give you a conversation, but it looks like small talk. It doesn't look like it's anything that's like serious. It looks like everyday small talk. If there is something serious that you want to talk about, I think you're going to have to bring it up. New me. When will I get a new vehicle? Lease or buy? Okay, will I lease? Will I buy? I think you're going to buy. And it could be sometime this spring. Sepia, me and Jonathan, after he gets the shirt, how will he feel about it? I think he's really going to love it because he's feeling very passionate and ambitious. Communication seems to pick up and you feel like the relationship is functioning better. Things move forward through divine timing. Listen to your intuition. Passion could be coming in. It also looks like the relationship comes back into balance. Communication picks up and things move forward. Whatever the shirt is, he should really love it. It should be something that's like special to him. Kevin, you said 70% chance she comes back in Aquarius. What are the reasons why she comes back if she does? She may feel betrayed and hurt by somebody close to her. That could be one reason. She also may feel like life is out of balance. This is Six of Cups. I think she's coming back at some point. I can't swear, like I wouldn't swear that she's coming back during Aquarius season, but at some point she should be coming back. She also may be going through a tower moment and a disaster, and all of that should be revealed to you with the moon in reverse at the time she returns. She also may be financially, I think you've already mentioned before that she's financially in the hole with her house, but she seems a little bit financially unstable when she returns as well. But I don't necessarily think that it's just one reason why she's coming back. I think it's a bunch of different ones. Tanya, who's coming towards me in love, and will I get an offer soon? Earth sign comes in and it may be a Virgo. Romance heats up, passion comes in. Your love life is moving forward. You also have a Leo that comes in. It's new energy. You got a lot of new energy coming in. And it looks like it could be sometime early spring. Maybe sometime in like late March. You're going to have choices. There'll be more than one person. You could have a Virgo, possibly a Leo, and there may even be a Capricorn. But love life is moving forward towards greener pastures and you're not holding yourself back. Maybe even exploring options. Sagittarius shows up. I'm going to say sometime this spring you should find yourself in a relationship with the person of your choice. Kira, what can I expect on the date Saturday? It looks pleasant and it looks like, I mean, I don't know what you guys decide to do. I can't tell you what you're going to do, but it looks like the energy around the situation is kind and caring, and he seems to be very respectful and like, I want to say like a gentleman. It's like, it's like a pleasant date that doesn't have any, I don't know, like I would say you're probably going to go someplace and it's like, pleasant and he's a gentleman. It's not like there's a lot of like funny business going on. I don't think he's going to be looking to hook up or anything on the first date or the second date. I don't know how many times you've been out with him, but it's like he's very respectful, and I think he's looking for a relationship. I don't think he's looking to dive in head first and just hook up and have that kind of nonsense. So it looks good. He seems pretty genuine, this guy. Anthony, what's coming in for me for my moving plan and my career in the first 6 months? I don't have a plan to work. Side business. Okay. What's coming up for my moving plans and career in the next 6 months? I think that you will be working in the next 6 months, but I'm not convinced that you will have moved in the next 6 months. I would say you're going to get a job, and you may do something between now and then to bring in some extra money, but I don't think that you're moving in the next 6 months. If you're going to move, I don't think it's going to be until the second half of this year when you're feeling a little bit more financially stable. You got some nice money coming in. I think that as far as working, though, you'll have choices of jobs, and that could happen in the next 6 months. I don't think it's going to take 6 months. I think it's going to happen soon. Like maybe in the month of February, you'll get something. A lady did one for Lena. Bella, getting ready for launch. Will I get my product flagged if I put my website on my Amazon product? Will I get flagged if I put my website on the Amazon product? Yeah, I think you will. Like, if you put this product up on Amazon, is it like illegal to put your website and they're going to take it down for it? Because that could happen. And it looks like you could feel like, hey, I put in a whole lot of hard work and I didn't see much of a payoff. I would be careful with that, because I don't want to see them screw you over. Losa, we had an argument. I'm trying to be the bigger person. If I ask to come over to his tonight to talk, will he want me to? Yes, I think he will. Kira, tomorrow. Being guided by the divine brings life back into balance. You may be feeling better respected around your personal relationships. You could hear from somebody you've been hoping to hear from. You may be feeling ambitious. You can accomplish quite a lot tomorrow. Feeling like you've made it to the top of the mountain, you can breathe a sigh of relief. And at some point, you could be taking time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. Not a bad day tomorrow. Curious, love reading for Ben and I for the next 6 months. If this is a relationship that's been having trouble, if you've been having issues, the issues could continue. You may be feeling unsuccessful around the situation or lacking perseverance. The feelings are still there, but you just may feel like it's going to be your choice as to whether or not this situation moves forward. You might be feeling like the relationship itself needs work. If you've recently had an argument, it will resolve itself and move into the past. But if the relationship has like other issues, those issues will need to be dealt with between now and the end of the 6 months. It looks like the timing around the situation isn't great. I don't know where you guys are right now. It looks like this relationship has got some issues that you guys need to work on. If you both decide to stay and work on the issues, great, things can move forward. But it looks like there may be some things that need to be addressed, and it could be a little rocky. Elizabeth, is the ex all but hurt, or what is his deal? I think he is. Yeah, I think he feels like he put in a whole lot of effort and he got nowhere. Oh well, too bad. Kevin, please do your best when it comes to the ex's foreclosed. She's sneaky, and I'm almost positive that the bank sent it when they sent her extension. Okay, when does the ex's house foreclose? So you think they sent her an extension saying that she could stay till, I don't know, let's just say argument's sake, March 1st. And then with that same letter, it would say that if she wasn't caught up by March 1st or she didn't make a payment by March 1st, she would have to leave, and then they would give her another date. Like sometime this spring. So now the 2 is February, the month of February, which is not spring, but it could be any time from February right through the spring. The hearts would be sometime this spring. I would say maybe within the next 2 months, maybe sometime in the month of March. Do you think she already knows? I don't know how fast it works, because they had that, what do they call that? Where they weren't allowed to foreclose on anyone for a while, but now that was removed. So it could be happening soon. So now we're at the end of January. I would say maybe by the end of March. Maybe by the end of March. Let's see what happens. T-Vet, what does Jay want to tell me that he can't? May tell you that he's feeling very negative about life in general, and he feels like he's got poor timing around him, or that nothing is really going right. The 2 of Pentacles is in reverse. He may feel like his life is a little bit out of balance, or he's living in chaos. He also could feel like he's very disconnected from his intuition, and he may be feeling very weak. And I don't think that these are things he likes people knowing. He likes to keep them to himself. He feels very unprepared, and he doesn't know how to fix things, or he's afraid. He's got a lot of fear around him. He's also got a lot of anxiety around him. Kira, John's energy and next actions towards me. Cluster celebration comes in, communication picks up. Success and the relationship itself should move forward very quickly. Next actions would be communication comes in. His intentions are for things to move forward. You're going out to, okay, that's good. That's good. Like, it looks like he's putting in effort around the date that's not sexual related, which is a good thing. You know what one of my friends told me years ago? And I don't know why, I guess I never knew this. He said that when a guy really likes you, he's not looking for sex right away. And I thought that was interesting when he said that. Anyway, that's the way this comes up. Like, he's looking to, like, spend time with you, not hook up, which I like. Not that there's anything wrong with hooking up, but speak knowledge. How did AB feel after we met and talked? Good. May feel very prepared for things to move forward. Could be feeling like things have changed for the better. Is listening to her intuition. Feels like grounded and stable, and as if things are moving forward. Kevin, I'm almost positive they gave her an extension, like you said, and told her on the paperwork that her kick-out date is 3 months. That could be, you could be right about that. I don't know how it works. I would assume, too, it's probably different, where, you know, maybe depending on the state or the circumstances. But I know, I told this story before, but this is why I would always tell everyone, I know it's more expensive, but I would always suggest going through a realtor, because one time, after my parents got divorced and they sold their house, we lived in this one townhouse, and every 2 years the landlord wanted to sell, which it was so annoying. So the first place, after 2 years, he wanted to sell. So we moved into the second place. My mom saw an ad in the paper, and we went to look at the place, and it wasn't far from where we were living, and the place was doable. I mean, it was really kind of a little bit too small for all of us, but we made it work. But there was no realtor involved. So when we met the guy, it was him and his second wife. And we went to their house, we signed the stuff, and he was a cop in the area. So we figured it was legit, right? Okay. So we had been living there for a while. I don't remember how long. 6 months, maybe 6 months, something like that. And woman knocks on the door saying that she is his ex-wife and that she owns it. She got it in the divorce and we should be paying her. The rent should go to her, not the new wife. A couple days later, the homeowners association comes, knock, knock, knock. He's not paying the common charges or the common fees. You should be paying us the rent because he owes us so much money. Great. So now at this point, my mom goes to a lawyer and she's like, who do I pay? So the lawyer said, we'll put the money in escrow and we'll wait. We'll find out who gets the money, and then whoever, like it's obviously it's going to go to court because the homeowners association was going to sue him for it. So at that point, whoever would get the money would get the escrow account. In the meantime, the bank knocks on the door and says you have 10 days to be out. Meanwhile, we'd been paying the rent. And it's funny because I was just cleaning out the closet and all of those return checks, the canceled checks, my mom had in a special envelope for the case. And that she had to go to court for it. 10 days, and they put a padlock on the door. And we were lucky enough to get another townhouse right around the corner. This was like a really big place. It had big townhouse complex that had several different complexes in it. It had 5 of them, and we were in one of them. And the new one that we moved to was literally around the corner from the one we were in. So we saw that they came and put the padlock. They even put a thing on that said this property has been winterized or whatever. And that was it. The bank foreclosed on it 10 days. So, but that was a really long time ago. So I don't think that they mess around. I don't think that they mess around. Kira, you emailed me? Let me check it. No, absolutely not. I don't have to look at the cards to say that that's not going to be true, but I'll look at them anyway. I think it's going to be the exact opposite. Yeah. Yeah, that you're feeling that for just because that's what we would feel. You know what I'm saying? I would probably feel that way too, but absolutely not. There is no way that he feels like that. It's the exact opposite. But I totally hear where you're coming from. Prussian, I don't see it. Let me do, lady, how do my cards describe my appearance? I mean, I don't really get appearance from cards. I mean, like some things. Like to me, I kind of go by, well, I don't know, I have a bizarre way of doing it. Anyway, I would say that the cards would describe you as somebody who is, like your physical appearance to me would be somebody who is in pretty good shape, maybe very tiny, but very strong. Kind of like a smaller frame but muscular, like being able to like have a lot of physical strength but not a lot of physical volume. Like I would say that you probably don't look like a huge bodybuilder, but you're probably very strong. Somebody who is attractive, somebody who is probably not super tall, average of average height. Somebody who's attractive and physically attractive, but also comes off as very smart, stable, and successful, well prepared. That's best I can do. Lena, for the next 24 hours. A disappointment moves into the past. It looks like you may be feeling grounded and stable. You've got the hard work that you've put into something financially is coming back to you, and anxiety is moving into the past. Over the next 24 hours, you may be able to take some time for yourself, rest, relaxation, and self-care, and that could serve you really well. Kevin, if you have to believe an entity or a regular human being, who do you believe? Oh, man. That's a tough question. It depends who the human is, and it depends what the entity, how I feel about the entity. I would say I don't trust too many people. I don't trust too many people. But it depends on the person. There are some people that you just know are liars. Like they're just liars. And those people I wouldn't trust, like no matter what they say. But then there are some people that I do trust. Like I have a couple of people that if they told me something, I would definitely believe them. I wouldn't even question it. But you know, it depends on the entity or how I'm feeling in that presence. I don't trust too many people, I gotta tell you that. That's why I always say to people, don't go through third parties. Don't ask this guy, what does she feel about me, or any of that shit. Go right to the person, because I don't trust the middleman ever. Avantika, how will be the future if I accept Ashwan's marriage proposal? Also, will he find a job in another country? Okay, let me see. Okay, he could find a job in another country. So if that is something that you want, he can make that happen. The opportunity's here. If it's something that you don't want him to find, that may be whether or not, like that could be the deciding factor as to whether or not you want to end up marrying him. Because the opportunity is there. So if that's something that he wants, he could make that happen. So that could be an issue for you if you don't want to change countries. How will the marriage be if I accept his proposal? Not bad. It's not bad. It looks like it's slow and steady wins the race. If you have patience and you don't hold yourself back, the relationship can be quite successful. He could make you an offer that would be hard to turn down. Money looks good. It looks like he's got a lot of respect for you and the relationship can function really well. Financially, you guys will probably be stable. Listen to your intuition. Listen to your intuition. To me, I would make the decision based on the job thing. You know, like say for example, you're in country A and he's in country B. If he could get a job in your country, and then that could make things work. But if you're in country A and he's in country A and he wants to go to country B and you don't want to go there, that could be a problem. I'm looking for Prussian's question. I know sometimes the questions don't show up. Oh, there we go. Any changes in the next 5 months? Any changes at all? Let's see. A disappointment moves into the past. You got money coming in the next 5 months, and you could be changing homes. You could be getting the upgraded apartment that you were looking for. Feeling a little bit more financially stable. Your perseverance pays off, and your life is starting to move forward. Like, you may feel like you move into a nice place, you're satisfied with that. You may feel like you have money coming in, you're satisfied with that. You also have some new energy coming in here. Earth sign, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, maybe somebody in your life that's new, satisfied with that. It looks nice. Romance could heat up if you're looking for a new love connection. Maybe that's the Earth sign. You're no longer holding yourself back. Could be coming into money and paying off a bill, a debt, or a loan. And your intuition is heightened. Got some nice stuff happening. Yeah, so that dirtbag guy rented us that apartment knowing it was already in foreclosure, and he didn't give a shit. From what I heard, he's like, this is like, you know how I always say, like, eventually, everything comes out into the open eventually. I had heard somebody that I worked with had worked with his second wife, who had now at the time was his second ex-wife. And he really made a mess out of his life, that guy. But it's funny how, like, we were kind of at his mercy, right? And I think he really screwed up that wife. Like, he treated her like shit. Anyway. Um, Oriella, will Steven start showing me more that he likes me? Yeah, he will. He will when he starts to feel a little bit more confident. I don't think he's got the confidence. He's kind of a little down on himself right now, but that won't last. You should see more out of him. Oh, God, Kevin, thank you so much. You didn't have to do that. I would have answered the question, but I don't know. I mean, I can ask the question as a yes and no question, but I don't know if the cards, like, will legitimately reveal those questions correct answers, only because I feel like when it comes to sicknesses like that, there are some things that we're just not supposed to know, or maybe I don't know. I don't, Mel, what do you think about those kind of questions? I feel like sometimes, just like the question with death, I feel like we don't know. Like, like, there's, you hear these stories sometimes. Oh, hey, I was given, 3 months to live, but then I beat it, and that was 20 years ago. You hear those stories. And then you hear opposite stories, like my mom, who was diagnosed August 12th. They said she had a year, and she was dead October 14th. I mean, there are a lot more of those stories, but because I feel like we don't really know, and we don't really have all the answers. We just kind of do the best we can. So I'm going to ask it as a yes and no question, and let's see what the answer is. Does the mom have cancer? At this point right now, the cards are only saying that 33% chance, yes, she does. So I'm not convinced at this point that she has it. But, like, that doesn't mean she's never going to have it. That could be coming. I don't know about those kind of questions. because the way those things happen, you know, sometimes like you could be fine one day and then all of a sudden something happens the next day. So I don't know. I don't know. Right now, I would say no, I don't think so. But with 33% chance, if she's an older woman, it could be. It could happen. That's the scary thing about Cancer. Why do you think that the other reader wanted me so badly because he knew I had thousands of dollars? That could be. That could be. Oh, Kevin, you don't have to keep doing that. I appreciate it, but you don't have to. um, I don't know. You know, I don't trust a lot of readers. Once again, it goes back to trust things, because I've been seeing readers since I'm 13, and in all of the years, I've only really found two that I've trusted and a couple of astrologers. But a lot of times I feel like they're just not always trustworthy, or the way things happen. Like, I mean, I used to have people, classic. You're going to get married, you're going to have 3 kids, you're going to have a house. Well, that didn't happen. And I used to hear that all the time. I mean, I feel like sometimes they just tell you shit. So I'm very skeptical when it comes to readers. I'm always very cautious because, especially with like, it's like, I went to one and I know that she's well known around that area and people go to her and she does well. But I went in there with one of my friends who's gay. Him and I went in. He went in for his reading. I went in for my reading. I went in first because if he had gone in first, he would have dragged me out of there. When we left, he's like, "We're never going back again." And I was like, "Why?" He goes, "Because she thought we were a couple." And he's like, "What were we doing there?" There was another time I went with him. We used to go all the time, crazy shit. Um, I wanted to go to this new one that we drove past, and I said to him, I go, "Let's have a code word. If you don't like the vibe in the place, say to me, we have to go pick up the pizza, and we'll leave." So we go in there, and this girl comes out singing a song and a dance about what she's going to do for me. And I'm like, okay. And he's going, "No, we got to go get the pizza." So I go in to have my reading, and now he's text messaging me in caps. I said we had to go get the pizza, get out of there. And, you know, I don't know what I paid her. I think it was $70, something like that, $75. And she told me that I had a curse on me, I would never be happy, and I was going to have to come back and have all these treatments done. And when I came out, he was like, "I told you we had to get the pizza." Anyway, so I'm very skeptical. And it could be, he could have seen money around you. He also could have thought that he was like going to manipulate you, but you know, I don't, I'm always very cautious. The other reader fucked up and thought that I was stupid and I wasn't picking up that he was lying to me. It was lying to me that he knew that as soon as I figured it out, I would cut him off from the money. I mean, I don't understand, why would he even be lying to you? Like, that makes no sense. Look, why would a reader lie? Because if it's not going to happen, or if whatever the situation he's lying about, you're going to know he's lying. Maybe he got greedy. Maybe he got greedy. Kira, how will I be feeling on my date? I feel like if it's a first date, I don't care who you are, I feel like it's always awkward. The first date for at least like the first hour or so. But once the night kind of gets going, like, have a little bit of patience, because then you should be feeling a little bit more grounded and a little bit more stable. Stepping into your own strength, things move forward. And it's pleasant. It's a pleasant date. You could be feeling a little awkward in the beginning. I mean, it is awkward. It's always awkward. Kira, how will... Oh, I did that one. Depression. Oh, God, Kevin, please, you do not have to do that. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate it, but you don't have to do that. I do appreciate it, though. Thank you. Um, you tried to tell me about entity connecting cards to my you tried to tell me about the entity connecting to my cards and tell me how you feel about this entity. Oh, okay. So you feel that your cards have an entity and you want to know what I think of that entity? Have you saged them? I would sage them. It looks as if that I don't think that it's like evil or bad or it's trying to harm you, but it looks like it's out of balance and it may be keeping you stuck or stagnant. I would sage those cards and see if you can get it to disconnect. I mean, I don't see deceit here. I don't see like negativity or anything evil, but it looks like it could be a weakness and it could be out of balance. So I don't know if that means that you're picking up like it's not evil or negative. It's not trying to cause harm, but I feel like it's out of balance. There's something about it that's not right. Like, but it's not negative or trying to cause harm. I don't think it's an evil entity or like a demon or anything like that. But it may be like causing you to feel like out of balance or the cards to be out of balance. I would sage them really good just to try to get rid of it, because I don't like anything like that. A friend of mine who is really sensitive to entities and that kind of stuff, she says even if they're not negative, they don't belong. Like, get them out. Even if they're good, they don't belong near us, or they got to go where they got to go, but not here. So I'm always kind of conscious to every once in a while sage the place, do it with the windows open, get in the corners, and also bathe with salt to kind of make sure that there is nothing sticking to you. From what they say, another one of my friends who studies that stuff says that they tend to go in at your neck. They like to kind of attach back there. So make sure you get back there. I don't feel anything negative off of it. I just feel like it could be out of balance. I know, Kevin. I appreciate it. I just don't. Yeah, I feel bad. That's why I only set the super chats for $1.99. But I appreciate it. I really do. Thank you very much. Oh, somebody asked that question about the entity? I don't think that she has cancer now. Could she have it at some point in her life? That's possible. But I feel like that's possible with anybody, right? Like, you never know. Even like things that run in families, like at a certain point, from what I've been told, it becomes like age-related cancers. Like my grandfather had pancreatic cancer and his niece had it too. But at that age, it's more of like an age-related thing and not a hereditary thing. So the older she gets, I think the more common it is for her to get some kind of a cancer. Beautiful one. When will I have everything together for my car? Pretty soon. If you're trying to get it together soon, you can do it sometime in the month of February or before the winter ends, definitely. Month of February, though, I think you can get it all done. Essence. When will I see six figures in business and finance? I don't know if I can give you an exact time. I would say, I don't know where you are right now, but I would say over the next couple of years, like maybe within the next 2 to 4 years, you could hit six figures. Kevin, thank you. I want to give you your money. You did what I wanted you to do. Thank you so much, and I appreciate that. I really do. Thank you so much. I know, and you're always very generous. I know, I know. Yeah, I agree. I don't like the, I don't, that's why I always give a disclaimer with the health questions. Make sure you go see your doctor. I ask health questions myself when I go, but I still would go see the doctor. If I thought something was wrong, I would go see a doctor. Um, and even astrologers. Like I emailed an astrologer recently, health related questions, because why not? I would still go see my doctor. You know, I just want to see what they had to say about it. Because I feel like, you know, the opposite too. Say you go to the doctor and they tell you, yeah, you're fine, but the astrologer's like, well, it's not a really good time for your health. You might want to look into this, this, and this. You could go for an extra appointment or a specialist or who the hell knows what. But, um, and legal questions too. I don't, I mean, I would, with a disclaimer, but don't listen to the cards. Go to a professional. Yeah, you can't prevent or cure anything, and also because the timing I feel is so different, so difficult. Like, what happens if somebody says, "Okay, do I need glasses, or am I going to need glasses?" Most people, I think, at some point in their life will need glasses, but if the cards say yes, well, maybe you're going to be 70 when you need them. You know what I'm saying? So go to the eye doctor just to make sure. It's just as long as you're not substituting it for health advice or legal advice, I think it's okay to ask, but I would always make sure you see a doctor. Harlem, why did the kid's father find a job 3 blocks from my mom's house with a restraining order? I just found it weird. Did he intentionally do it, or is it a coincidence with his experience? Okay. Is it a coincidence? Is it, was it done on purpose? I think it was, I think it's a coincidence. However, I think that he is glad. Like, it may have been a coincidence, but it's almost like he feels, I couldn't have done this if I tried. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know what the circumstances around it are, but it's like he feels like, wow, I can't believe I found this, because if I went looking for this or tried to make this happen, I probably couldn't make it happen. So now, 3 blocks away from your mom's house is far enough away with the restraining order. It's just coming in just enough so that he's not violating this restraining order. He's got some nerve. Oh, he can work anywhere. Okay. He's a chef. Okay. Anna, does Augustine the Gemini think that it was me, the Capricorn, writing to him on the Instagram account? No, I don't think he does. No. I thought she was sleeping. I hear her in there talking. The King of Pentacles is rich, and he's grounded and stable, strong, wise. Has the Capricorn told anyone about her feelings for me? No, I don't think she has. No, I don't believe she has. Oh, Kevin, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Yeah. Bella, should I get professional photos for my products? Yes, I would. Yeah. Harlem, why does the AC worker always side with the kid's father even though he doesn't do his part? Right, I don't know what the exact circumstances are, or what her exact reasons are, or his exact reasons, but it's almost like they're trying to defend him. Um, like, I think they're trying to make him look like he's not such a bad guy. I think that you're right, but I think that they're trying to keep things like they're trying to elevate him, hoping he steps up to meet them so that I don't know who it is that they're taking sides with. Like if it's just between the three of you, I think they're trying to point out his good points to you. I don't I can't say he doesn't have any good points. Everybody has good points, but I think they're trying to be a mediator and it's just not working and it gets infuriating. When somebody is trying to take somebody else's side that you know hasn't done the right thing, it's infuriating. But I think they're doing the best that they can. Um, I would try not to let it bother you. I don't know what exactly they're trying to mediate here or what the situation is, but it does look like as time goes on, things just start to get to a little bit more smooth between all of you. Like, for whatever that's worth. I mean, it's a shitty situation, and unfortunately, he's going to have to be part of your life in some kind of respect because you guys share kids. But that's frustrating. Very frustrating. Kevin, tell me about the entity that is attached to my cards. Are they telling me truthfully? It looks like they are truthful. Yeah, and they look to be smart, but they don't look to be I don't see negativity around the entity. They seem like they're kind of neutral. They're not lying, not with the hermit, they're not lying. I would say sage them anyway, just in case. And if you don't feel comfortable with them, sage them. If you believe them and it resonates with you, I don't think it can be harmful. Although my friend always says to try to get them to go, try to get them out. And she's had some crazy stories in her day. I think they are being truthful. If they're communicating with you, I don't believe that they're lying. Essence, what is next with Arnell and Evan? I'm pretty good tonight. I hope you're well. I thought she was sleeping, but she's not causing a fuss, so maybe she'll fall asleep. You should hear from Arnell. He may be looking for things to move forward. Slow and steady wins the race. He's prepared for communications coming in from Arnell. You should see him soon. The other guy, Evan, you may hear from him, but you may feel like he holds himself back. You may feel like he's overall just somewhat of a disaster. I think that things can move forward with Arnell over Evan. Kevin, tell me about the other reader that I'm talking about. You said that he lied, but you never told me what he lied about. He may have lied about something that has to do with finances around that house. Do you feel like, I mean, if it's a timing thing though, I can't say I think timing is a lie, because sometimes I think it's just very difficult to nail down timing. Like, how could somebody know exactly when something is going to happen? But there's deceit around him when you're talking about money or finances. There's negativity around that as well. Feeling a little bit upside down or uprooted or ungrounded. He lied about something that had to do with money. I don't know what he told you. Also, the timing may be off with Judgment in reverse. I don't know how much timing he tried to give you. He lied about something that has to do with money. Something that has to do with money. I think it had something to do with that house. And it could have had a timing issue around it too. Essence, will I be able to save $5,000 in February or close? That's a lot. Let's see. Well, I got a 70% chance, yes, you'll be able to do that. But to me, that sounds like a tough goal. Sounds like a tough goal in 1 month, especially February is a short month. I would be surprised, but the cards say 70% chance you can do it. So let's go with that. Yep, there's the Queen of Pentacles. There's a King and Queen of everyone, but they say it's the Queen of Spades that's not married to the King. She's kind of like the sharp, nasty one. Yep, they are rich. Simran, when will I start making money again on my own? Month of March looks good. March looks like a good month for you. There you go. Feeling better, compensated, feeling better, expected. Anxiety around money moves into the past. Marie, Gemini's feelings and future actions towards me. Communication should come in, and that should make you feel relieved. He could make you an offer that would be hard to turn down. Cares about you very much, but he's kind of all over the place. There are romantic feelings here, and he is feeling ambitious. He comes forward, but then you may feel like he kind of drops off. Or you may feel like it's more of a friends with benefits kind of a thing than it is a relationship. I don't know where you guys are right now in your relationship, but I don't see a commitment here. That's why. It feels like it could be more of like a friends with benefits, which if you're okay with it, then that's fine. He's not holding himself back, so things should be moving forward. You should be seeing and hearing from him soon. Beautiful one. When will me and Dee talk face to face? I would say it could happen sometime, maybe the second week of February. Pretty soon it could happen. I feel like January lasts forever, and that every time I'm thinking like February, like it feels like it's so far away, but it's not. It's next week. Yeah, the king and the Queen of Pentacles are the king would be a stronger personality than the queen, but they represent the earth signs Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. They have money, they make money, they're stable, they're financially stable, but they're also grounded and stable as people. If the king shows up or the queen shows up around a situation that doesn't involve earth signs, then to me it's a sign that whatever the situation is grounded and stable and moving forward, like slow and steady but with a solid foundation. They're good. It's a good cards to get. Whereas the Queen of Spades is kind of like the Queen of Spades, or the Queen of Swords is like manipulative, like bitch. Somebody that you dread having to deal with. And then the Queen of Cups would be somebody who's like a loving, caring mom or grandmother, or somebody who's very pleasant and loving, somebody that you would be happy to run into. Harlem, will things change once I give my number to the Bash family? I really don't trust them at all. Okay. If you don't trust them, I would tell you to go with your gut. Why do you have to give, like, why do you have to give them your phone number? If you don't trust them, I wouldn't do it. I would tell you to trust your instinct. Things do change, but it doesn't look like it's a bad change. It looks like making a decision for a change to come in that pushes your, whatever the situation is, forward. It doesn't look like it's bad, but if you don't have to do it and you feel uncomfortable, I would try to get out of it. I would always tell you to trust your gut, even over what the cards say. Just like I said before to somebody about the, can I save $5,000 in a month? The card suggests yes. To me, that doesn't feel like, that doesn't resonate with me when I read it. So I just say both things. I don't think that that's probably going to happen, but the cards say it could. So you decide. Like, I couldn't save $5,000 a month, but see what happens. Simran, G's current thoughts, feelings, and energy towards me. Thinks that you're smart, intelligent, well-balanced, successful, creative, unique. The energy is a little stuck and stagnant. I don't really see all that much happening. It's kind of like at a standstill as far as energy is concerned. Simran, when will I finally be financially independent? Well, you have a new journey coming in on the horizon. That's going to help. But totally financially independent, where you're living on your own and you're not depending on anybody for anything, that could take a couple of years. That may not happen right away. But you do have finances improving this spring. Simran, how does the Scorpio think and feel about me after today? Scorpio thinks that you're perseverant, grounded and stable, well-focused, smart and intelligent, kind-hearted, and maybe that you've stood up for yourself, or you're standing up for yourself more, or you're growing into your confidence a little bit more. Harlem, what's coming towards me with my business and money? The hard work that you put in, it pays off. You got a new journey on the horizon, and you got stable, loyal customers coming in. Money's coming in. Things change for the better quickly. Even if it's been a little bit rough or a little bit stagnant, you should see a change for the better come in. Do you have a website or anything? Because we can put it up on the I could put it up on the community section. I know that there are some people that may be in the area. I mean, I'm assuming that you're in New York City. Maybe you're not. But I know that I have some people that come to this super chat that are in that area. Kevin, the entity told me my ex was coming back, and Aquarius, and I hear from another reader clear. The summertime, is anybody lying? I don't think anybody's lying. I think that the timing is just very hard to nail down. And I would say the difference between like summer or Aquarius, I know it seems like a long time, like while you're living it, but it's really only a couple of months difference. I would say no, I don't think anybody's lying. Aquarius kind of seems like it would be like we already thought that this was going to happen. We thought it was going to happen in November. So I would think that Aquarius would like that. To me sounds like it's more accurate than the summer, but I think that getting timing in general is just very difficult. So I don't think, no, I don't think anybody's lying. I think that reader is telling you what they think is going to happen. And you know, like with timing, if you think something is going to happen in the summertime, but it happens in February, well, that's good. It's worse the other way when you think something's going to happen in Aquarius and then you have to wait until like the summer. That's like 6 months later. That's annoying. So I would rather, even myself, like I would rather be a little bit more broad with the timing. That's why when people ask questions like, what's going to happen tomorrow? I feel like it's really hard to answer those questions because how can you swear something's going to happen tomorrow? You know, maybe within the next couple of days, but it's tough to lock into tomorrow. Timing's a real pain in the ass. And like there are things, I mean, I say it all the time. I can remember the first time having somebody tell me to watch out for a surprise pregnancy. I think I was maybe 20 or 22 at the time. I mean, it was when I first like started seeing this one psychic. Her name was Cecilia. And I was like, that'll never happen to me. 22. And then it kept coming up. It kept coming up. It kept coming up. And never even thought I was pregnant. Never questioned. Never until Avery, which was like years later. And I was like, I never thought that that was going to happen. I figured that that was just something that they said to everybody. Because I was like, apparently you don't know me because that's not going to happen to me. You know, I'm not like careless. I'm pretty careful. But I was wrong. They were edgy, but it took a really long time. Like a really long time. Of the Earth, how is the Cancer currently feeling about me, the Virgo? May feel that you're a kind-hearted, sincere person. May think that you're a loyal friend. May think that you are hardworking, perseverant, and successful. Simran, is my Judaism paper due on the 30th or the 31st? Is it due on the 30th? Is it due on the 31st? I think it's due on the 30th. You know, the pendulum thing, I feel like I can't, like I feel like it's my arm that's moving it. That's why I don't ever use it, because I feel like, am I influencing it? And I don't want to influence anything. Simran wants spirit messages. Oh, these cards are freezing. Nine of Air. Expecting the worst, self-fulfilling prophecies, and sleepless nights. Five of Air. An unwise choice. Learn what you can from the situation and review everyone's motives. Ace of Earth. An inflow of abundance, a promising business venture, important documents or contracts. That's pretty good. Kevin, from one reading to the next, I remember some things. I don't remember everything with most people. For some reason, I don't know, it's like a bizarre thing. I can't keep everything in my head. Even when I go through the list, sometimes I can't remember who I read or who I haven't read. So I spoke to one of my friends about it, and she said that that may be some sort of like protection, because she says that for her too. She can't remember from one reading to the next. Oh, and like not always, but sometimes. Like there are certain things I can remember. Like I remember the issue with the ex-wife. I remember the issue with the house. I know that she has a money issue. I know she's coming back to you at some point. I know that the mother has got, she's been a wrench in this relationship for a long time. But there's certain details that I won't remember from one to the next. Even with people that I read all the time. I don't know why that is. I understand if like 5 things or 6 things are off, but like 60 readings or more, that was the other reader, nothing he said happened. I've had those readings too. There was a point in my life where I was going through a real bad time, really bad. And I was calling California psychics, which this was years ago. If you go on there now and see what their prices are a minute, I mean, like $15 a minute, really. I mean, $15 a minute. People don't make that in an hour. That's crazy. Anyway, I was an adult to take full responsibility for everything I did back then. But I called a lot of them, and a lot of times I got contradicting. One would say one thing, one would say something totally different. Somebody told me I was moving to the mountains. Somebody told me I was moving to the seashore. I mean, crazy. And I'm like thinking to myself, how could everybody be so different? But yet, like if you were to read their reviews, they've got people that are calling them and that are loyal clients. And then I thought to myself, there's a couple of things. Sometimes I feel like one person may not resonate with the other person. So maybe there's something between the two people that there's a block. And also, maybe in some bizarre way, they were all right. Like the person that told me that he wasn't going to call was probably right because I didn't hear from him for a long time. The person that told me he was going to call was probably right because I did hear from him. Person that told me I was going to live by the mountains, maybe I haven't done that yet. Maybe that is to come. You know, like when you haven't gotten to the end yet, you don't really know what could happen on the road. But sometimes it's all in the timing, which is crazy. I had one woman that I spoke to. I used to speak to her a lot. Not a lot, but maybe I had about 4 or 5 readings with her. And she told me some crazy stuff that I knew was never going to happen. Like that I was going to be a receptionist for some financial somebody in New York City, which I would never do. I would never do. First of all, I don't want to make that commute. I don't want to get dressed up in pantyhose. I don't want to wear business suits. That's not me. I don't want to do that. And she was like, well, they're going to offer you so much money. How are they going to offer me anything when I'm not going to apply for a job like that? So, like, that's not me. Nobody would hire me for that. You'd take one look at me and they would be like, no, you're not working here. Like, that's just not my thing. You know what I mean? And she was like adamant about it. Anyway, that was the last time I ever spoke to her because I was like, she was so angry too. And she was like, you will, you'll take it. And like, that was like at least 10 years ago, maybe even more. And I don't think there's anything wrong with those kind of jobs, but to commute into New York City, I wouldn't do it for $1 million a year. I don't want to make that kind of a commute. I would rather work at the store down the street and make less money, but walk down the road. Yeah, Harlem, I'll post your page on my community section. Email it to me. Ray, should I apply to SN over my other options? I get a 70% chance yes, and with the Page of Swords, you can get something there pretty quickly. Or things can move forward there pretty quickly. Simran, what does JM currently think I'm feeling? May feel that you're feeling a little stuck or stagnant. May feel that you have a little bit of anxiety or nervous energy around you. But they don't really know. Like that would just be like an educated guess. Maybe from something that you said. But one person can't really guess what somebody else is feeling. Like, I can't tell you right now what my brother feels. I don't know. And what does he feel about what? You know, like, is he not happy with the dinner he had? Does he not like the movie he's watching? Is he excited for tomorrow's game? I don't know. So I don't really know that's, you know what I mean? Like, they probably have no idea what you're feeling. And it's probably not something they're actively thinking about. Oriella, what is Michael G. coworker's opinion of me? May think that you're grounded, stable, smart, intelligent. May think that you don't hold yourself back. You're kind-hearted and sincere, attractive, hardworking. Seems to think highly of you, has a lot of respect for you. Kevin, I've had people make timing predictions like that for me too. And I feel like with timing, especially in my life, it's never been right. It's never been right. And my friend I was talking to today said to me, she said that she's like she thinks that actually when she reads, she feels like her timing is off, but she also feels like some people, their lives move forward quick. Some people, their lives move are like very slow, which I think mine does. But I've had that happen to me too, like where somebody would say something like, "Oh, by next year at this time, you'll be this, that, and the next thing," and it never happened. And it never happened. And when I ask those questions, I have two people that I go to frequently, although I haven't seen either of them in a while. So one woman who I've been seeing for years, she always says that if it shows in the cards, she'll say for herself, if she sees it happening, it's going to happen. It just sometimes you just don't know when, and sometimes the timing could be really frustrating. I went once, and she's telling me, the guy that I was seeing at the time, she was like, "Oh, things are moving forward. You're going to be seeing more of him, this, that, and the next thing." So 2 days later, like, he pulled this crazy stunt and told me that he never wanted to see me again. So you better believe I went right back there. And I was like, "You told me that things were going to move forward, and now look what happened." And she was like, "Well, this isn't the end of the story. These things are still going to move forward." Unfortunately, I wasn't warned about that issue. Like, she didn't say anything about it. I don't know if it was because she didn't see it, or because she didn't want to upset me, or because our relationship was full of those types of moments. But she was right. I did get past it with him, and we continued to see each other for a long time after that. Wise, is the Capricorn going to come out of the closet this year? I think so, yeah. I think so. The chance is very high. Simran, general for tomorrow. Listen to your intuition tomorrow. Your intuition is heightened, and you're no longer holding yourself back. You could be feeling like slow and steady wins the race. You maybe also be feeling a little bit more like productive, and you get a lot done tomorrow. Things seem to change for the better for you quickly. When you focus on what needs to be done, you accomplish a lot. Take time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. It will serve you well. The energy around you is pretty good tomorrow. Yeah, you see, I can't understand though. If she is like by like court ordered to keep the kids on her health care, she should be doing that. You know, like the court should be. If she doesn't do it, I would think that she'd be getting some sort of trouble. Let me check spirit messages just out of curiosity. Queen of Air. Independent, experienced, realistic, and witty. Objective decision making, clearing away all that no longer serves you, seeing the humor in a situation. Justice, Archangel Raguel. Fair and just decisions, do what you know is right, stand up for your beliefs. King of Water. Trustworthy, compassionate, respected, and cultured. Open your heart and mind to those around you. Trustworthy and heartfelt advice, charity work. Nice. Oh, she puts stuff on Facebook like she's perfect. Yeah, people always do that nonsense. Yeah, that's infuriating. I know. I know. Wait, who haven't I answered for? Empress I haven't answered for. General. Life comes back into balance and you may feel as if you've made it to the top of the mountain. You can breathe a sigh of relief. It looks like anxiety moves into the past. Feeling better compensated or better respected around work, school, or business. You may be going back to school or learning a new area of study. Looks like you have a Leo coming in that may be of significance, and the hard work that you put into your career comes back to you. It also looks like you got some divine timing guiding you. Adonis, update between me and Vivi. Things could change for the better quickly between the two of you. It's all about divine timing. It may be slow and steady wins the race, but this relationship could improve and romance could heat up. But it's all coming in through divine timing. And it's going to be your choice as to which direction you take this relationship in at the time she comes back or the time you guys reconnect, which may be sometime before the winter ends. Jay, how is Brianna feeling for me currently? She thinks that you're kind and caring, grounded and stable, attractive, compassionate, loyal, unique, creative, and that you have a lot of potential for the future. Sathi, Kay's intentions with me for the future. Maybe looking for a new journey to begin. May see that the future, you guys may be exploring options moving forward. I think that his intentions are for things to move forward or to at least give it a shot and see where it could go. Breezy, will I get approved for my rental assistance next month and receive it? Yes, I think you will. Yeah. Lena, do you see a new love coming? Yeah, you have an Aries that comes in. You also have a water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Perseverance around love pays off and you're ready for things to move forward. Success comes in around love. You got options coming in. Yeah, love is coming in. I think I'm up to. Let me check. The next time I'll be able to see Jocelyn personally. Early February. Soon. Soon. You should see her soon. Georgia. Virgo and me in the near future. Could be slow and steady wins the race, but things are moving forward. Things may be slow and steady wins the race, but be prepared for things to start to move forward. Communication picks up and you should be seeing each other. The Virgo, here you go. There he is. I think you may be feeling like finally things are starting to move forward kind of steadily with him. Julie, does he still think he can get back in my good graces? He must know I'm upset by now. He knows that you're upset, but he thinks that everything is going to be fine. He thinks everything will be fine. He thinks that he can either talk his way out of it or do whatever he needs to do, but he thinks things will be fine. He does know you're annoyed. Kevin, what does my ex think about me dogging her and her mama out on Facebook? She doesn't like it. I mean, obviously she doesn't like it. She feels like it's sharp energy and that it's like, it makes her feel weak, but she knows that you're right. And then she feels like the hard work that she puts into this phony facade that she puts up, you blow her up. She feels like it's disrespectful, but she's earned it. Like she gets what she deserves. Makes her feel anxious because she does want people to think that she's wonderful. And I think people see through her. Even if you didn't do all that stuff, I think people still see through her. But she wants people to think that that she's wonderful, and she's just not. And it's a shame because she has potential. She has potential. It doesn't have to be like this. Empress, did S have romantic feelings, and does he still? I think he does, yes. I think he still does. Simran, advice. Just general advice? Lay down the law, set up boundaries. Don't let anybody overstep your boundaries. Focus on yourself. Your wants and needs are more important than anybody else's in your world right now. Success comes in and your life moves forward when you're no longer holding yourself back. Feeling grounded and stable, your life moves forward. I would say focus on yourself, and I would focus less on other people and what other people think or what other people feel. And I would focus on your own self-confidence, your own strength, and less on other people at this point. And I think your life is going to move forward. And I think that once you start to focus a little bit more on yourself, life will not only move forward, you'll be feeling more confident, and then it becomes kind of like synergistic. You care more about your wants and your needs and less about what other people think, which then gives you more confidence for your life to move forward and makes you care less about what other people think. Simran, what does my ex think about me ignoring him on Facebook? Thinks it's temporary. Thinks that you're ignoring him on purpose. Doesn't think it's going to last forever. Thinks that things are going to move forward or you're going to reach out to them. or that communication is going to come in. Kind of thinks that this may be some kind of a game. Is the ex with someone else? Because there's a third party involved. I don't trust that ex. With the hangman. I know. I got to get a new deck. I like these bigger cards. That's why I still use them. Miss Avery may have. This guy got no head. You know the woman that does mine, that reads my cards? She's got cards that they take together and everything else. I've never asked her why she doesn't get new ones. I think she has gotten new ones since, but they were like in terrible shape, like taped together, craziness. Anyway. You got to save a house, you got a prostitute. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, she's got potential, though, to have a real career that's not prostituting. And I don't know why she doesn't take a more proactive approach. Simran, what does IB think and feel towards me after today? May think that you're passionate, has a lot of respect for you, may feel that you're a kind, caring, sincere person, and may feel that you're intuitive, creative, stable, and unique. Kevin, is the reason she's been going on my Facebook page lately because I dog her out and her mama and a family member told her. Yes, but I also think that she goes on your page because she wants to see what you're up to. So yeah, there's that. But even if that wasn't the situation, she still wants to know what you're up to, and she's checking in on you. Julie, if Des asks R for a new phone, would he get it for her? Yeah. Yeah, I think he would. May mumble under his breath a little bit about it, especially if this is like something that had to be replaced once before, but he's going to do it. Red, how will I feel when all my dental work is finished? I feel relieved. You're going to feel relieved. Once it's finished, it's over and it's done, you're going to feel relieved. Thank goodness. Red tarot advice for Josh. Step into your own strength, your own self-confidence, and be prepared for things to move forward. Take charge. When you do, you got money coming in. Life moves forward. Listen to your intuition. Your intuition is strong. Don't doubt yourself. Focus on a side business, a side hustle, or even regular career stuff will be very successful. Stepping into your own self-confidence serves you well. Romance could heat up, and there's cause for celebration around romance. Slow and steady wins the race. Don't be afraid to lay down the law, set up boundaries. Anxiety moves into the past. The hard work you put into your business, work, school, career, whatever it is you do all day comes back to you and does not go unnoticed. Kevin, I can say anything I want as soon as the bank kicks around. She hates her mom for making her lose everything. She doesn't go there. I can't understand how a mom could do that. You know what I'm saying? I know that mothers are like that all the time, but how could you do that to your kid? And then your grandkids are affected. Simran. I don't see it. Yeah, she's coming back at some point, definitely. Beautiful one. When will me and Dee go on a romantic date? You could within the next 2 weeks with the Queen. The Queen could be within the next 12 days. If it doesn't happen that soon, then it probably won't be until the spring. Simran, what are my ex's intentions towards me, and why do they think this is a game? He's in another relationship, but he tried to contact me. Yeah, but you answered him. Did you answer him, or you didn't answer him ever? Because he feels like, this is the way it reads, his relationship is boring, and he's looking for excitement. There will be excitement that comes. What he thinks is, if I'm getting this right, is that he could get you to contact him. He can start it up again with you, and this is going to cause a lot of drama. But he feels like he can kind of get you on the hook again, and that would be a little bit more exciting. And I don't trust him. I don't trust his intentions. He doesn't think that you're not going to answer him ever. He thinks that you're either being stubborn or you're being difficult, but he doesn't think that you're going to not answer him ever. If he reaches out to you again, or he may try it again at some point, he's looking for excitement. And this would be exciting for him to keep you on the line, still be with that girl, and whatever. For some reason, he's felt like he had the upper hand in your relationship. I don't know if that's true, but that's how he felt. So he feels like he can get you back in that place. Never answered him at all and don't plan to. Good. I wouldn't suggest it, but he's going to reach out to you again because he thinks that he can get you back in on the hook again. Kevin, let's see what the cards say. Can Kevin call her all kinds of names on Facebook and she'll still come back? She's going to be really hurt, though. She'll be really hurt. But like you said, she's going to have nowhere to go. But more than that, because at the time that she winds up coming back, you know, whatever you say on Facebook, like, it's going to be a big deal for 5 minutes, but the 5 minutes is today. By the time she comes back, the anger around the Facebook thing is gone. She doesn't even care anymore. And she's desperate. She needs something. So, yeah, you're right. You're right. Hazel, how is G the Leo and F the Scorpio's energy towards one another? Pretty good. It's like a new beginning is on the horizon and they're being guided by the divine towards success. Saki, is SS planning anything towards me on the romance front? I don't see anything coming in romantically. Not right now. Jess, general for Sunday. General for Sunday. Got, life starts to move forward. You could be spending time with a fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. You may be prepared for things to move forward. You could be taking time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. You also have a water sign around, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Should be a pleasant day. Take time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. It'll serve you well. Dollface, general for next week. You might make a decision to walk away from something or someone that you feel no longer serves you, and like plan on moving on to greener pastures. It looks like somebody could make you an offer that would be hard to turn down. Negativity moves into the past. Negativity moves into the past next week. You have a little bit of money coming in, and you're feeling prepared for your life to move forward. It also looks like an Aries is around that could be of significance. A little bit of money comes in, and success comes in around work, school, or business. 4 elements, general. Cause for celebration comes in around romance. Romance could heat up. Stepping into your own strength and your own self-confidence helps to push your life forward. If you're with someone now, great. If you're not with anyone, you got brand new energy coming in. That could be an air sign, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Could also be a Leo. Libra, what actions will the Sagittarius take towards me next week? You may get a message from them. I don't see much happening, but there could be some communication that comes in. T-Vet, me and Jay. Listen to your intuition. There's a new beginning around this situation, but it's going to be your choice. The relationship can move forward pretty quickly and can become quite passionate. The hard work you put in can come back to you as well. Lose. What do I have to expect? What do I have to expect? It looks like you could hear from somebody out of the clear blue sky that you haven't seen or spoken to in quite some time. Or if you're waiting to hear back from something, like a job, a doctor, or school, something like that. You have a wish, put it out into the universe. Feeling like you've made it to the top of the mountain, you can breathe a sigh of relief. The weight of the world slips off your shoulders, especially around career. Take time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. It will serve you well. Angel, what would I want to know about in the upcoming 4 months? Guidance. Okay, what's going on in the next 4 months? General guidance. Lay down the law, set up boundaries. If you feel like anybody's overstepping the boundaries, cut them out. Or, put your foot down. Anxiety moves into the past. A fire sign enters Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. Life changes for the better quickly. Could be starting a side business or a side hustle that brings in good money. Listen to your intuition. A disappointment moves into the past. You're feeling a little bit more financially stable. Earth sign enters Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. You also could reconnect with an old friend from the past, or somebody from your past could return. You may feel like you have a long road ahead of you, but the truth is that things are starting to move forward pretty quickly. Take time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. The weight of the world slips off your shoulders. A wish comes true, and you could be thinking about going back to school or learning a new area of study. Pinkie Pie, what are CR's current feelings and next actions? You may be feeling weighed down or burdened by the situation. You could even be feeling a little bit hurt. I don't see all that much happening from him. I would say if you want to speak to this person, I would reach out to them and not wait, because you may be feeling like nothing is happening, or they don't have any intentions, or there's nothing going on. I don't know when it was the last time that you spoke to them, but if you haven't heard from them in quite some time, I would say reach out to them. Don't wait on them. Taylor, are we meant to be, or should I move on? There is nothing that is meant to be. You decide, if this relationship is for you. You decide if the relationship is not for you. If you think it may be time to move on, it's time to move on. There's not one person that you're destined to be with, that you're supposed to be with, that you should stand for their bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, people get caught in this idea, or they get told that this is the person for you, and they think that they have to try to make it work. If it's not working, time to go. That's it. Someone else will come in. I would say that it may be time to move on, but I think you already know that. Innocent me and Virgo will we reconcile his feelings. I don't see reconciliation coming in. He looks like he's got sharp energy around him, and he looks like he's either feeling unrespected or disrespected. I don't see reconciliation happening here. Not from his end anyway. V, how will everything go? How will everything turn out if I go home? You may feel like you have a long road ahead of you, but your perseverance would pay off, a new journey would begin. Have patience. So if you go home and it may take a while to kind of make it work, but it could work and it could be okay. Just have patience with the situation. Taylor, am I on the right path? Yeah, more or less you are. Every once in a while I get that question, and it's funny because it's like, whatever path you're on, yeah, it's the right one. Because everything is about learning and the experience. So whatever it is that wherever you're going or whatever you're headed for right now is part of your journey, and there's a lesson and an experience. So it can't be wrong. You can't be wrong. There is at one point, God help me, where I thought that I was going to be an accountant. I know. I didn't. I wasn't too far along in the accounting job when I realized that this wasn't going to be for me forever. But in order for me to have made that decision, I had to go there first. So was I on the right path? Yeah, I was, because I had to go there to realize that this was not what I want to do forever, even though I did it for a long time. Jane O, has E told her friends how she feels about me? I don't think she has. I don't see a lot of talk coming from her at this point. Julie, if I put in an application at Brookdale, how long before I get an interview, and how would the interview go? The interview goes well. The hard work that you put in comes back to you. You're feeling grounded and stable. And things move forward pretty quickly after the interview. I would say you could probably get an interview sometime this week if you fill out the application. I would say from the time that you fill it out within the next 7 days. Julie, when do you see trying to reach out to me? I'm surprised you didn't hear from him this weekend. I wouldn't be surprised if you heard from him within the next 3 days. Soon. Oh man, Kevin. So as long, yeah. That's her game. Oh man. Julie, how would C feel if I don't respond back to him? He would know that you were mad at him, so he will reach out again. He'll keep reaching out until he gets you, because he feels like things will move forward pretty quickly. He'll do what he needs to do to get back into your good graces. Because he doesn't think, even if you're mad, he doesn't think it's something that will last long. Kevin, you can give me a reading when you said that my wife comes back first, and then a Pisces. What's up with the Pisces? Oh, okay. So a Pisces, I saw at some point a Pisces was coming in for you. All right, let's see. Wife does come back. She does come back at some point, and she makes you an offer that would be hard to turn down. Cause for celebration comes in. She's looking for the relationship to strengthen. She wants things to move forward. And it's going to be your choice, because you are going to have somebody else that is interested in you. Romance could heat up. A new journey could begin. I mean, it would be your choice, but this person should come in. They would treat you really well. The relationship could function really well. And yeah, it could be a Pisces, water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. You may come to a crossroads at some point where you have to figure out what it is that you want to move forward with someone else, or you want your family back. I know your kids are really important to you. You may not, like at the time, you may feel like the Pisces is okay, and then maybe the ex comes back and you decide to go in that direction. But at that point, it will be your choice. I do think you're going to have another interest here. It shows water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. I can't swear it's going to be a Pisces, but if it showed Pisces once in the previous, then it could be that it's a Pisces that's coming in. Mel, you could close them. Thanks. Simran, does my ex's new partner know about me? Did he ever talk about me to her? It's been 3 years since we broke up. Like, why can't he just reach out? Why can't he just reach out to his most recent ex instead of me? Because he feels like he can manipulate you. He can't. Well, maybe he has reached out to RB. We don't know. But he feels like he had some kind of power in that relationship between you and him. That's why he's contacting you, because he feels like he can get you to play along with him, whatever his game is. I don't think she knows about you, no. No. But you see, like, thinking about him, talking about him, all these questions is kind of like you're still giving him the attention. You know what I mean? Like, thinking about him, looking at his Facebook page, talking about him, wondering, why is he doing this? Why doesn't he do that? All that energy is kind of giving him what he wants. Like, he knows he can get to you, and he's getting to you. This is not something that you don't care about, because if you didn't care about it, you wouldn't be talking about it. It wouldn't be on your mind. So he knows that he can get to you. That's why he came for you. I mean, we don't know whether or not he reached out to that other girl. Maybe he did. But he seems to know that he can get something out of you, or he can get you to do something, or that it's going to affect you. Kevin, I'm a Pisces too. Elizabeth, General. You could hear from somebody you've been hoping to hear from. Perseverance seems to pay off, and you may feel better compensated, better respected around work, school, and business. You may be stepping into your own ambition. You could reconnect with somebody from your past, or an old friend could reach out to you, or you could run into someone you haven't seen in quite some time. Maybe paying off a bill, a debt, or a loan, and that makes you feel relief. And you have a soulmate connection coming in that could be moving forward, possibly with a Gemini, possibly with an air sign, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Listen to your intuition. Romance could heat up. Harlem, how is EO feeling towards me and his feelings for Anne? Okay, how does EO feeling towards towards I, and his feelings for N. Okay, for I, he thinks that I is passionate, focused, smart, and intelligent. May think that this person is kind, caring, sincere, and unique and successful. Now for N. May feel that N is strong, confident, attractive, kind-hearted, nurturing, sincere, compassionate, serene, and spontaneous. It'd be fun, spontaneous, and adventurous. Did I make it through all the super chats? I think I did. Simran, I'm so baffled at the fact that he thinks that he can play games with me while being in a new relationship. What the fuck? That's some loser behavior. Yeah, but you know what? That's the ego. That's the ego. I mean, to me, it's not surprising because it's the ego wants to be satisfied, right? So the whole idea of social media is all ego based because it's like you're putting pictures up of yourself and you want people to look at them. But then people turn around, they're like, well, he's stalking me. Well, you fucking put the pictures up there. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like when people start to get like, and then it blows up their ego, how many likes they have, and that's where they find their validation. So when somebody is in a relationship and it's like boring or status quo, and they're looking for drama, like there is no bigger thrill for a guy than to have two women chasing after him. They think that that's great. Meanwhile, you're not that wonderful. You know what I'm saying? It's like it just happens to be women like to be in relationships. Men, I don't think that they care so much for relationships. I think that they like sex. I think that they find women attractive. I think they like ego stuff. More so. Not everyone, but he's doing stuff that's catering to his ego. It makes him feel really good. He wants women to chase him. And for some reason, I don't know, you got to go back to the way your relationship was with him. Did you do all the work? Were you more into him than he was you? Did he break up with you? Was he an asshole? Like, that may all play into it. Chances are, if you left him for somebody else, you wouldn't be the one he would be looking for. But there's a reason why he's coming to you, and this is all ego-based nonsense. But that's what happens. That's what it is. It's unfortunate because the good side of social media has become like this compared to the negative side. But people are fucking addicted to it. So you can't, no matter how many times I tell people to stay off it, they're still on it. Why? There's not really much good. I mean, it's great for business. It's great for people that have family that lives in foreign countries and you can't see them. But what did he think of my picture that I put up there that I wanted him to see that I'm half naked in? Like, what do you think he thought of it? And how many other people put those same pictures up? But that's ego. The ego wants to be special, liked. Wow, she looks great. All right, wow, she looks great. Big deal. At the end of the day, what's that mean? Nothing. Doesn't mean anything. You can find 10,000 people that look really great. And half those pictures are probably doctored up. Anyway, Harlem, why does EO always go back to N over I? Why does EO go back to N over I? Well, it's interesting because the way that it reads, if you were to ask N, you probably would find that N would say that they go back to I more. These are two people that are competing for one person's attention. And both of the two people, the N and the I, are competing with one another. Once again, this is just very similar to the situation with that Simran's talking about. So there's no magic answer for that. He runs more to the person whose energy is less desperate. The I person must put more effort in or care more, so he goes to the other one, because this is all ego stuff. This doesn't have to do with like true relationship stuff. It's like, it's ego stuff. He runs after the person that gives him less. The person that puts in more, he pushes away. It's unfortunate, but N doesn't think that he treats her well. And N may be thinking about moving on to something else, which is probably what I would be hoping would happen. Unfortunately, it doesn't make a difference, because the energy of the situation is, you know, situations like where there's more, he's with her and then he's with her, and back and forth, back and forth. The women or the men or whoever it is always think that if the other person disappears, oh, well, now he'll be mine. That's not true. That's not true. This person is chasing their ego around. Mel, will I get the Navy federal approval? I think you will. I think you will. Yeah. 3 of Pentacles, 4 of Pentacles, Ace of Wands. I think you will. Very good. Alrighty, that's it for me tonight. Thank you all very, very much for being here. And Kevin, thank you very much for your generosity. I really appreciate that. And I will see you guys all tomorrow. Thank you all very, very much. Have a great night. Bye-bye.